Hello, everyone, and welcome to the SeeWDW Near and Far Podcast Parks and Socials edition for the week of 9/20/23. On Friday, I will talk about my trip report and everything from this past weekend. But for this one, we're going to do a short one on John's week in the parks and talk about the socials. So, John, how did your week in the parks go?
Well, I didn't have much of a week in the parks. Um, I don't remember why exactly, but I didn't go the end of last week. Oh, I know why. I was going to go to Horror Nights on Thursday, and turns out it started raining, and then there were storms, and we didn't plan on being there long. And then we ended up just not going because the traffic gets backed up here, and it turns into a real mess. So, and then we had family members over Friday and Saturday and Sunday, and they don't like the parks. So very
That
pleasant
is
for them to
something though.
go.
That is something though, John. Not everyone comes to Florida to visit the parks, right? I mean, there's a reason for that.
The crazy thing is, it's my brother-in-law. He doesn't like the parks, and I'm pretty sure his parents took him when he was a kid and everything. He just hates it. He hates theme parks, and he's gone. But like as soon as he was like old enough, like 20, he's like, I'm not going anymore. He's like, he just straight up refuses and hates them. And so we didn't do any of that. But yesterday, my wife and I, we were going to the parks. I wasn't sure which one. Um, the last one we were at is Epcot. That's the one we go to all the time. And then Magic Kingdom closed at 6 o'clock, and it was, we weren't going to get there till 5. So Animal Kingdom is always a good choice, but we just did that one too, where we had we hit all the rides and left. So we were like, I guess we should go to Hollywood Studios, even though we both knew it's not going to be pleasant. And so that is what we ended up doing. We decided to go, and we were checking all the wait times, and all the wait times were very long. Um, and it kind of reminded me too. You know how everybody says, not everybody, but I'm still seeing people on the internet saying, September's a great time to go, but you might get hit with hurricanes. Parks are empty. It's like, and like when the parks were empty a few weeks ago, people are like, it's always empty in September. It's like, since I moved here in 2017, except for those off years that we can't talk about or will be demonetized on YouTube, September has been absolutely packed and hot and packed. And I often say I feel like we live in opposite world, and that's a perfect example of it. The parks are empty in the summer, and starting in September, it's wall to wall people. And but you'll still hear the same people saying, "Oh, the summers are crowded. Don't go then." And then September's empty. Oh, park to yourself. That is absolutely positively wrong. I think I'm going off my head now, but checking the apps when I got there, it's like 90 minutes for uh, Tower of Terror, 80 minutes for Rock and Roller Coaster. Um, I think Mickey and Minnie's was 55, but that's still too much. Um, Slinky Dog was probably the highest weight. And anyway, the only things I could really go on were Star Tours, and I did that. And I always love going on Star Tours. But then from there, we walked, and we were like, well, maybe we can go on the Muppets. The Muppets area is closed. The Muppets, I don't know if it's always like this, but there was a big wall there, and you could go to the Muppets then, but it said it was just closed. I don't know. And then we walked through Star Wars land, and I was gonna get a what are the sausage
Ronto wrap.
Ronto wrap? I was like, oh, I'll get a Ronto wrap. Something good comes out of this. And I the place was closed that sells Ronto wraps, but you could go to Docking Bay 7 and pick one up. But you have to, go wait in line and stuff. And it only in there, the only option was it's Ronto wrap uh, and a bag of chips, and it's like $15. And I'm like, I could have sworn I bought a Ronto wrap from that stand not long ago for like $7 or $8.
I think so.
And so my wife's like, "Aren't you going to go in and get it?" And I was like, "I think I'm going to pick up Chipotle on the way home for $10." And I'm like, "That's fine. I'm not going to do it." So I didn't. I'm kind of sad because I do like the Ronto wraps, but just couldn't bring myself to do it. So yeah, here's the. I don't know why they closed this thing down early. So no Ronto wraps from the normal place. So then we went into Doc Ondar's because I still do think it's a nice store. But I don't know why exactly. The place was completely filled. There must be a new lightsaber or something going on, because that whole thing was filled with people in lines to get to the cash register. So we looked at it a little bit, but
They queue them up in front of the lightsaber thing. They like line them up to even look at the lightsaber thing, and that's probably something to do with it. It's just kind of the way they're doing things nowadays for whatever reason.
Well, I enjoy that store, but that was unpleasant.
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt because they line them up right in the middle of the store, and it just, it can be painful.
So from there, I walked through Toy Story Land, saw the characters come out. And usually when they see me recording, they turn their back and look at somebody else. Give them a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. So I, that is one thing I can say. I saw Daisy Duck, Woody, and Girl Woody, and Buzz Lightyear, and Chip and Dale. It's like that's a lot of characters for going there at 5:00. That's to me. I'm used to seeing almost no characters because it's later. They just mainly run them in the middle of the day. So anyway, then we looked at a couple of stores. I probably saw this before, but I really do like that Stitch hat. Stitch
that is cool.
Character, a couple of Hawaiian flowers there, and it's embroidered too. I thought that was really nice. Mm-hmm. And I'm weird, so I loved lime green. I was like, wow, lime green makes it all the better. I don't know what word in here. Bus drivers, they come through the back somewhere, walk straight through, and my wife noticed them because she used to work with one of them who was like fired from other jobs and this and that and keeps coming back. And I'm like, so bus drivers take a shortcut straight through Hollywood Studios to go somewhere. I'm like, hey, it's the new Disney. I don't know, whatever. All I know is I never used to see stuff like that.
Yeah, what is the deal with that? They're supposed to stay backstage to go places, right?
They used to, but now whatever is good for you. But here's a homeless guy with a rat. I can tell you, I wouldn't be wearing it. I'm not into it.
That's Bruno talking to a rat in the walls. Don't talk about Bruno.
I'm not familiar with that movie.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, homeless guy with a rat. You can see he's homeless. You can tell by the hunched over and
he lives in the walls.
The disheveled hair, growing out beard. He's hunched over. He's holding the rat. It's like that's it.
He lives in the walls because he's a great disappointment to his family because he didn't use magic perfectly.
I don't want to know. You're filling me in on way too much. I prefer to be
You prefer to be
ignorance is bliss.
oblivious.
I like to be like, I don't know, homeless guy. That's good enough for me.
I gotcha. I
I don't need-
did incidentally. I saw that particular thing this weekend, and I actually saw that mug right there, which I really liked as well.
Yeah, I thought that was nice too. And I think that's, I don't even know. I know it's Goofy and his son, but I
Yeah,
saw people looking at that. I don't.
it's a millennial thing. Like they're doing that with the millennials nowadays. They love that power line and that son of Goofy's, whatever his name is. And I saw him actually greeting people at Hollywood Studios this past weekend.
To me, I've always thought that's weird. Who's his mom?
That's a great question. I don't know. Who is his mom? I mean, has that ever been answered or addressed? I don't know.
I've never seen Goofy with a significant.
Maybe he was genetically, maybe he adopted him, or it was some kind of genetic weird thing or something, you know? I don't know.
So Starbucks has a new mug, Wakanda. I feel like they're a little late on this, you know.
I think so too.
Came out a while ago, but I mean, Starbucks mugs are nice. So yeah, I don't know. I know they did Star Wars, but I don't think I've ever seen anything outside of that. So Wakanda might be the first like Marvel location, because I'm trying to think. My wife doesn't really. She doesn't get them all anymore, but she used to collect them. She has a giant cabinet full of them. So she even did get the Star Wars ones, even though she didn't know what any of those names even were. But she got them anyway. but yeah, maybe they're starting with
using the Marvel locations now. I mean, it doesn't look bad. I sort of like it, but I can't honestly say I would buy one. But I never bought the other ones, so you know, that's why.
Right. I'm sure. But I was gonna say the park was so unpleasant and everything was so crowded. Lines, you couldn't get on any rides. One Man's Dream, I was like, maybe we could watch the movie. It's closed the whole time.
Wow.
It's closed. I'm like, so the Muppets is closed. One Man's Dream is closed. And everything has a really big line. And I'm like, all right. I guess I said, how about we take a walk to the boardwalk and get some exercise while we're out? Like, we'll take a brisk walk. That will be nice. So we started heading out of the park, and we took a nice walk to the boardwalk down the walking path. Not for any particular reason. Like I said, it's just nice to get out and about and get some exercise. And just like when I would go to the Magic Kingdom and it was very unpleasant, the best part of the trip was walking back. I was like, well, I got a nice long walk. That was nice. So we went to the boardwalk, and there wasn't anybody in the pool, so I took a couple pictures of that. It's a pretty location for the pool. And they were doing construction around the entryway to the pool, and then we went through and went to the art gallery there. Here's the table my wife wants. It's $31,000. Bronze table.
Yeah. Wow.
So they have a couple new, like this is a new painting. I didn't particularly like it myself, and the reason is it's too mixed up. Like Flounder is cartoon, she's cartoon, all the other fish are real, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't think you should mix either cartoon or not. But I thought that was a pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
painting.
cool.
It's like a watercolor painting, but very nice. And my wife also would like this. So It's $80,000. It's like an 8 foot tall aerial. So that's 80,000.
Wow. Is that it? Cheap
Yeah,
things these days
that's,
at
what-
Disney.
that's all she wants in that store. I
Oh,
thought this
wow.
was nice too. This is painted on like, I think it's painted on like wood, and it looks like the blinds are open, and what it's looking out on, it looks like the Disney resort there, like the boardwalk area. So I thought that was pretty cool because a friendship boat is going by, and then the hotel is across. So I like that.
Yeah, it looks neat. It's like a, like a window.
So after we went there, we just took a nice walk on the boardwalk, and I did notice that the uh, the cake place down here that I heard that was delayed till next year now. So that's.
Hmm.
But honestly, I don't think I know the cakes are supposed to be good, but I don't think that's something that we're lacking. Like I don't think anyone's ever gone to Disney and been like, man, I wish they had more cakes available. It's like I feel like there's cake everywhere you look, one way or another.
I think you're right.
Cake to celebrate everything. Yeah, and then I went to walk back and check out this red car. It's just parked back by the boardwalk there. It's literally like I have never seen anything parked back there. It's just somebody's car. They pulled up and parked there. Like, and it's got to be a cast member because you can't get your car back there unless you are. But I'm like, every time I go, it's getting pushed a little bit more. Out there. Pretty soon, they're just gonna park their van right across the grass and be like, I'm not walking. It's like, it's getting crazy out there. It's the first time I've seen that. So
I've
then,
seen, yeah. I mean, I'll be honest with you, John. It seems like I get so sick of saying it because people get violently defensive about anytime you mention the fact that cast members are imperfect. But it's getting like there is a stark difference between now and, those years that we're not allowed to talk about according to YouTube. Between before that, let's call it BC, before, those years, and after. Don't you think like something is going on, like people's behavior? It's not just cast members, it's like guests and cast members. I think behaviors are just different. People are just different now. And whereas before you would kind of be sheltered from it when it comes to Disney and the cast members because they were held to a higher standard, I don't think they're held to a higher standard anymore like they used to be. Stuff like this, I'm going to talk on Friday about a little incident that happened right behind me involving one of these newer cast members, apparently, that could have really, really hurt somebody and caused an injury. And it's just because of neglect and bad behavior on the cast members' part. And, now that it's just one example of my interactions with cast members that were extremely positive for the most part. And I'll talk about that as well. But just one real negative thing that somebody really could have got hurt that I saw, So we'll talk about that on Friday. But yeah, I mean, definitely, John, there's something going on with these people. I don't understand what it is. Like, parking on a street, like a road like that with your personal car. What is going on, man?
yeah, I told my wife that I want to make a T-shirt that says Walt Disney was not nice, and have him like with standing with like a serious look on his face. It's like he wasn't everybody's friend, and that's why he's so successful. So he did.
Yeah.
he wasn't there to make friends. He was there to make dreamland come true for customers. But
Truth. Yeah,
so,
truth.
but anyway, the sun was setting and we were heading back to the car. So as you can tell, it was not not much of a week in the parks. I had one this disappointing trip to Hollywood Studios where even the stuff that typically doesn't have a wait, they just was closed for whatever reason. So Star Tours, that's what I got to do. And I liked it, but nobody's ever in that line, and I don't know why exactly. It's like alien saucers or even Smuggler's Run. It's like Star Tours is definitely better than both of those, and those have lines. So I don't know. Maybe Disney is right in what they're doing. They're making terrible rides for the new people, I guess, because I can't see it. But maybe they're right. If Star Tours never has a line, yeah, I don't know.
That's just it. I think Smuggler's Run is a really good ride for the first time.
Yeah, the rewritability is nothing.
Yeah.
I find it irritating to just I don't even want to be on it anymore. I'm just we're out of oops, smash, we're breaking up, we're not can't get it, And even if you did good, it still wouldn't be that exciting anymore. It's too I don't like the rideability of it.
I agree, and the queue is really good when everything works. Yeah. But the last time I was on it, the animatronic was broken down, so it just kind of took away from it,
Yeah, that's what my wife said. She said the Millennium Falcon is awesome to see, and the queue is pretty neat, but the ride itself is just it's not something.
Yeah, just a preview of Friday. I had a very similar experience at Hollywood Studios, so there you go with that. The crowds and the way that the thing is laid out and everything, it makes it nearly impossible to go to without wasting hours in lines. And I'm like you, John. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, you got to have lightning lane or you ain't riding anything there. So
yeah, true that.
Or I shouldn't say that. You can ride something, but personally, I would be so tired from standing in an 80-minute line that I'd be like, I'm just gonna go home now. I've had enough. I don't want to do it. So,
I mean, if you want to go watch shows and stuff like that, it's okay. And
they might be closed.
Yeah, they might be closed. The other thing is, I think Tower of Terror is sometime attainable, and the Mickey's Runaway Railway towards the evening.
Tower of Terror hasn't been. It's been.
Has it really been? Okay.
There was a small time where it was available, and now it's back to being, one of the higher weights in the parks.
It was like that this weekend. It was a high weight. Mickey's Runaway Railway the times kept going down and down, but it just wasn't enough for us to want to ride it. So,
and it would help if they air conditioned the queue. But
yeah,
it can't help for everything.
Yeah. All right, John. How did your week in social media go?
It went pretty well. The weird thing is I'll start with TikTok. 192,000 followers. That's great.
Wow, that is good.
I'm down again in another lull, but not really a lull. Like I'm not shooting up right this moment. My big videos are finally starting to calm down. Like my Everest is at 15.3 million views, I think. 15.4 million views for my Everest video. That's the big one. That's the biggest one I ever had, as a matter of fact. So, but anyway, 192,000 starting to look legitimate. Mm-hmm. I got an email from, which I think has to do with this account. It's from Amazon, saying that I should be in the Amazon Influencers program. And that's not a thing. Anybody can sign up for it, and they approve they might not approve you, and I don't think you really make much money. But I thought about doing it though because I qualified before, meaning I know I had enough followers and stuff, but I was always like, but maybe I could do it and make a page with like cameras and accessories and things that I would take to the park and just put it up. And I don't know. I guess it couldn't hurt.
I was in that program when I was when I was doing game streaming on Twitch, and actually you can it can generate some revenue. I generated a little bit of revenue off of that page, and I would recommend you to do it for
That's
sure.
what I was gonna say. A little bit of revenue. The trick is when you're doing this stuff is to get a little bit here and a little bit there. I guess so. It couldn't hurt. So maybe if I have time this weekend, I'll try to set that up. But let's see, my Disney, I'm at 139,000 followers, so that's good too. And the weird thing is, my Disney account all of a sudden is doing better than my Universal account, and it's doing better. How about this? I have 139,000 on Instagram, but I have over 13,000 on Facebook now. For SeeWDW. So when you combine that together, it's like 152,000. And if you look at this, 151 combined for Meta, Disney's bigger now because of Facebook. It overtook it. And this has been super slow. Like anything I do on ever since the Halloween season started, anything I do on Universal is more or less not great. Like, like it's not terrible, but I'm not having any of the big hits. It's like nothing I do is great. Nothing catches, nothing's big. I think this was the biggest one, and that was a little while ago, 253,000. But overall, my stuff shrank and just stayed small. And again, I know I've talked about it before, but Universal seems, or Meta seems to do this. It's like you're popular, and then you go down, and then you're popular, and then you go down. So right now, I'm on a down for Universal, and I was on an up for Disney, and I think a lot of it was that same video. Let me see, the Expedition Everest video. I'm in the millions on 2.7 million on Instagram. I mean, it's 15.4 million on TikTok, but still that 2.7 million got me some extra followers, I guess. And the other one that did really good was my Space Mountain with the lights on. I finally found the source material for that because my wife actually recorded that like 5 years ago. And I think when I posted it recently, I've been reusing like a version like from a TikTok video or something. It was just blurry and not good. But anyway, 1.4 million. I posted my ride on row 9 of Guardians randomly. That's 139,000. That's pretty good. Oh, my Journey of Water video, 310,000. 24,000 likes. I was looking, and like I saw All Ears video. They had 6,000 likes, and I'm like, thank goodness I don't get invited to anything because I just don't.
I know, right?
I definitely do not deserve it.
Let me tell you, I am getting like every day on my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page. I am getting like on the video section, kind of has like almost looks like a YouTube video thing icon. When I press on that every day, it brings up one of your videos. So they are pushing your videos to Facebook.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say even my Halloween video has it it did very good. 16, almost 17,000 likes for my Halloween video, and loads of shares too. You won't believe the shares. And this is the one that I did from last year's footage because I couldn't justify spending money to do it again because I'm not making any money on Instagram for Disney. I'm like, I'm not spending $400 to go to the same party I went to last year.
I don't
So I
blame you.
didn't. And according to this, I don't even need it. You know, I don't need to go. So I'm good. But anyway, Disney's doing has been more successful than Universal. And like I say, Universal, a lot of my reels start out strong and then just disappear. You know, like this one. This is my latest ride on Velocicoaster. It is crystal clear video and very cool looking, like video you can't see anywhere. It just doesn't do that good. 41,000. It's like only a fraction of my own followers even see it. It just doesn't do good. And again, there's got to be some other reasons behind this stuff. But the same with TikTok. This video got 76,000 views. That is crystal clear video of Velocicoaster from an angle nobody's probably ever seen before on film. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like people have the front row ones, but what makes me sad is I see videos of the front row one that look all blurry and re-downloaded and repurposed video, and people get 100 times the views that I get, and I'm like, but I have a crystal clear one that I took that's perfect that you can't see anywhere else. And it's like, nah, that's not it. It's like, I don't know what these algorithms are thinking, you know? Because again, this is a good video. This is the TikTok video here. I challenge you to find a video that looks like that. It's like it's the only one I've ever seen. And like I said, it is. I thought I was going to lose the camera on that thing, but I almost think you know what I think it might be.
Mm.
I
What?
get those Karen types, guys and girls that say, "Where did you get permission? You can't post that. Way to sneak stuff!" Like they literally assume I'm breaking all these rules by doing this. They might be reporting my videos, you know, like literally stalking me, being like, report, this video was illegally taken, you know. And again, Instagram or TikTok or whoever probably can't do anything about it, but they're probably like, yeah, if you're getting complaints on a video, it's probably not going to get pushed. So it's just kind of fizzles out, you know. That's my best guess.
I don't think I don't think it's those people that you're talking about. I think it would be other content creators that are
Well,
jealous
yeah,
because they can't figure out how you're doing
yeah,
getting
they
to
want.
it.
That's exactly what I get constantly. How'd you do it? How do you do that? How do you? It's like if I told you, then the legal way that I do it would be used so much, and you would stumble all over yourself and drop your stuff and cause a problem. And before you know it, the way that I do it will not be allowed either.
Here's the other thing. They can use their brain and
Yeah.
figure it out on their own. You
Yeah.
did.
The
You
way that I
figured
do
it
it
out.
is completely legal. Like
Yeah.
when I walk through, they look right at the camera. It's there. It's not a problem. So again, I'm not bringing my iPhone. I'm not bringing a GoPro, but I swear that it's probably other content creators that are making it so
You
videos like this are getting very low views. And again, like I have to say, look at that. That is just awesome. Look, you can
mhm.
see there's where you go down. You're about to go upside down. It's like this video is so good, and it's so good. I enjoy watching it, and yet it doesn't get any. It gets no views. You know, like what got more views than this? Tron, definitely. Even I was gonna say Slinky Dog Dash beat it. It's like I don't know, and again, I just don't get the lack of love for this thing. It's just not there. And again, it's got to be for some reason other than the video, because the video is high quality, smooth, of a coaster that everybody loves, and it's like Instagram's like, no, I'm not going to show it to anybody. It's like, I don't know. There's something weird about that.
Yeah, it is. It is strange. Yeah, I think it's, again, I think it's content creators probably complaining. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what they always want to know.
Yeah, people just
permission.
They just can't let it well enough alone, and figure it out on their own. So, all right,
this
John.
One too.
Oh,
yeah, I don't know if it'll let me play it. Oh yeah, this one did absolutely terrible too. Look, it's the Incredible Hulk, and then you come up in the Fearless River. This one did absolutely terrible though, and again, I thought that was pretty slick. But yeah, I guess it's just me then. Like I was like, wow, people will be impressed with that. It's like, not at all. Two videos that you can't get anywhere combined, with a transition of through the thing and then you come up in the water. It's like, yeah, nobody cared. And again, did nobody care? Or do people go, how'd you get that Hulk? You can't get that Hulk. Who'd you ask about that Hulk? I don't like that. It's like,
that's exactly it. Yeah, it's professional jealousy, I guess. Yeah. All right, John. Where can they find you online?
You can find me at SeeWDW on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, and SeeUO on Instagram and Facebook, and SeeWDW on YouTube.
All right. And you can find me at The Giant Rat, THEE Giant Rat, on all the socials. And that should do it for this one. We will see you on the next one.